30th Mechanized Brigade soldiers drove the enemy out of their captured positions in the Donetsk region. Using small groups, the Russian military seized one of the buildings in the village, where they tried to gain a foothold. Thanks to the prompt actions of drone operators from the 2nd Mechanized Battalion, they started to drop ammunition and use FPV drones. The active attack on the enemy group did not allow them to continue fortifying their positions, so they began to flee chaotically to avoid being hit by the FPV drone. Nevertheless, the soldiers of the 2nd Battalion managed to replenish the exchange fund with Russian soldiers who fled disoriented. At the end of September 2024, the 30th Separate Mechanized Brigade, named after Prince Konstantin Ostrowski, fought off a motorcycle assault by the invaders near Orikovo-Vasilivka in the Bakhmut sector. The Russians attempted to quickly move their troops closer to the brigade's positions and capture them. During the battle, 8 out of 14 attacking motorcycles were destroyed. Motorcycle assault tactics have gained popularity among the Russian military. The main task of such units is to quickly approach Ukrainian positions and jump into trenches. Motorcycles' speed and maneuverability provide some protection against FPV drones and conventional weapons. Such tactics are used both for motorcycle assaults and in combination with mechanized attacks. However, if such a group is detected in time, they suffer very heavy losses from the fire of the Ukrainian Defense Forces. Not only that, Ukrainian National Guard drones also successfully captured 3 Russian armored personnel carriers in the Belgorod Oblast. The combat work was carried out by the soldiers of the 3rd Brigade of the Spartan Operational Task Force. OSINT analysts from the War Archive group said that Russian armored vehicles were destroyed near the Russian village of Zhuravlyovka. The Russian armored vehicles were heading toward the Ukrainian border through this settlement. The Russian infantry that jumped out of the BMP was hit by explosives dropped from drones. It is possible that the Russians were moving armored vehicles from the Russian Zhuravlyovka village to the Kharkiv region toward Hlebok village. Near this Ukrainian village, the invaders are conducting sporadic movements of personnel to reinforce units at the front lines. Near another Ukrainian village, Russian troops continue to carry out engineering work on their positions. Recently, 16 invaders were killed while attempting to reach their positions near Hlebok village. Ukrainian drones successfully prevented the Russians from moving forward. Meanwhile, Ukrainian National Guard soldiers repelled an assault by Russian forces in the Kharkiv region and captured several enemy fighters. This was reported on October 14th by the commander of the National Guard of Ukraine, Oleksandr Pivnenko, who published a video of the battle. The enemy has lost equipment and a reinforced infantry platoon, and several occupiers have been added to our exchange fund, he noted. The events took place in the Kharkiv direction. The invaders attempted once again to storm Ukrainian positions by sending small groups. However, the fighters of the Spartan Brigade did not allow them to execute their plan. Ukrainian aerial reconnaissance detected the occupiers during their movement. The response was swift. Russian forces were attacked by strike drones and UAV-dropped explosives. As a result of accurate work, the Russian assault was halted. The enemy lost equipment, including a IFV and an infantry platoon. It is worth noting that an infantry platoon consists of 30 to 40 soldiers. At another place, Russian troops have entered deeper into the embattled town of Vuhledar in eastern Ukraine, according to the head of the Donetsk Regional State Administration and based on videos and photos posted by the Russians. Vuhledar has been an important bulwark against Russian advances in the region with its high ground and location between the eastern and southern fronts. Its fall, as we have previously reported, imperils the southern flank of Pokrovsk, a key regional logistics hub. Russian forces posted video and images of the tricolor flag waving atop a building there. As the Russians drew closer, Ukrainian troops said the only way out for soldiers still in the city late last week was on foot, as they were hunted by drones and bombarded by artillery.